What's up, everybody, and welcome back to the reality kingdom where we put the real in reality or whatever, bitch.
Period.
Uh, I'm your host, Pharaoh. We're joined by our wonderful co-host, Lee. Lee, we've made it to the finale.
Girl, like 10 months later, it feels like,
Woo!
ooh, we've been here for a hot minute, but girl, we're here.
But we're here. We made it. And the winner of Total Drama Island, the reboot,
Uh-huh.
is Miss Mama's Priya. Snaps for
Priya.
Priya.
Shout out to Priya. Shout out to Priya. I mean, she literally was born to be the winner. I mean, she talked about it in every episode how her crazy ass parents sent her to do all of these insane things throughout her entire childhood just so she could win Total Drama Island. And look at her, the winner.
I'm
And I
glad she
really
did it
like
because
it.
if she didn't do it, if she didn't win after all of that,
Right. Girl, it would be a waste of time. A waste of time. And then also just a lot of trauma for no reason. At least she's a millionaire with trauma now. She can heal it. But I like it because even though she was great at everything because of the training, it's not like those other archetypes, like stuff like Sky and Zoe, where like they were good at everything, but like there wasn't really an explanation for it. They were just good. They were just that good. Whereas like they're the reason why Priya is so good because she has trauma from being trained for this shit since she was literally born from her parents. So it's like I love that they have this backstory to why we know why Priya is just so great at this show. And it wasn't just her winning everything.
Yeah, honestly, that's cute. That is true. And then I kind of like that she didn't win everything. Like a lot of those immunities went to Julia. So it's like that's also interesting. It got boring when it's like, okay, they're really good at the challenges and then they also win everything. A lot of things went wrong for Priya, but she was able to clutch it up at the end. And it was just really good story. I really liked it, honestly. We started this episode off though. And if you recall, last episode, Bowie had given the gift to Priya, and the gift being Millie's journal, where she talks shit about Priya and her family and her lifestyle all throughout
everything, dragging her ass through the mud,
and now she's crying about it, literally crying.
I understand her being sad because I guess she really did a whole 180 on her personality. Like the Millie that we saw in those first few weeks of the show is entirely different from what we saw in these last few weeks. Like she truly did a full turnaround. But girl, you did say those words. You did talk all of that shit. All of those shit that she was talking is still on recorded history in the diary room. And you did not tell Priya that. So I like that they were able to kind of get it all on the table and then have a friendship because that was always going to be an issue. Like you had this issue, this underlying animosity this entire time. Like that would have been weird. So it needed to be discussed and now they can properly move forward.
Honestly, yeah, I agree. So that she's sad about it and Priya's mad about it because she's like, this girl played in my face this entire time, pretending to be my friend this entire time, talking mess about me. So all of that energy and rage is throughout this entire episode. But honestly, it's a positive. A part of me feels like Bowie's plan, in a way, fucked him up because that is what drove Priya through both of these challenges this episode. And she was so focused because of that. And it's like,
yeah, like she's usually really focused, but this is definitely the most focused we've seen her. Like she was winning. She was winning this episode, mama. There was no games in it.
Yeah, it really I feel like drove her to how she was always gonna probably play like this, but she had motivation behind it this time. Motivation. So yeah. Hey.
Don't you dare slow. Oh wait, this is a kid's. Never mind.
I was thinking that as a kid.
Can't do that.
As a kid.
I was thinking that as a kid.
I didn't know nothing about all that. Hey.
And when
I should have got slapped.
Like I should have got popped. Hands all over me. That was all on the radio though.
You're right.
It's not our fault. It was all on the radio.
Child, it's not our fault. But Priya and Millie beefing, and then Bowie's happy that he's beefing. He's like, look, y'all, I don't want to hear nothing about it because this is a game.
Right.
And I came here to snatch crowns.
Like, If this Total Drama Island or RuPaul's Drag Race, Bowie. I love Bowie so much. She was like, now y'all out there on the Total Drama message board saying, oh, Bowie's so mean. I love Bowie so much. And I love Priya, but Bowie winning just would have been beautiful in it. It would have been chef's kiss, like a bow on top of what was already a great season. Like it would have just represented so much to have Bowie be the winner, and I would have been so happy. But I'm happy for Priya too. Priya represents a lot as well, so it is what it is. May the best woman win, and she did.
Period. So we headed to the first challenge, and TJ lets them know. Chef next to Chris lets them know because his man is not TJ.
TJ, is it Jeff? Is it Julie Chen?
Who is it? Is it Phil?
TJ.
But anyways, Chris lets them know that this first challenge will be determining the top 2 players, and one person will be getting eliminated at the end of this challenge.
I will say I don't really like this format only because it left the final 2 challenge within the last 5 minutes of the episode. So they had to like really fill that with the finale. I wish they just had all 3 of them run or had Millie cut within the first 5 minutes of this episode somehow.
I agree, because usually what they do is it's just a final 3 challenge. Actually, in World Tour,
it was a final 3 challenge. But in Action, I believe it just came down to Beth and Duncan.
Action, it just came down to Beth and Duncan.
And Island, it just came down to Gwen and Owen.
But I remember the final 3
and then Revenge of the Island, it was just Cameron and Lightning. So they only had it be against 3 people once.
Well, maybe they just need to do it in a different episode, because I remember
I would be fine with all 3 though. I think all 3.
I remember Cody did get chopped. There was a final 3 challenge, and Sierra helped Cody in that final 3 challenge. And that was when they had to travel to the location. He had to get in a hot air balloon, and Alejandro ended up on a train, and Alejandro ended up on a horse or something, and Heather was on the train. That was the final 2
got eliminated?
And he got eliminated. And then the final 2 was them being helped by the former players, and then they made these pineapple people, and they had to throw them in the fire, and it was just Heather and
Alejandro. That felt longer.
I think it was 2 different episodes. Okay. I think it was a part 1 and a part 2. That's why those older seasons
kind of needed this.
Those older seasons having more episodes, it helped, because the final 3 was an episode, and then the final 2 was its own episode, I believe. So it helped it actually give more to it.
Yeah, because I remember that final 3 episode with Gwen. That was such a great episode for the season. I mean, with Heather went home.
Yeah,
that's like one of the best episodes that season.
It really was. And then, every other season, the entire finale episode is just the other 2. Lightning and Cameron, that was a whole episode. Zoe went on the episode before. So that's what they needed this season, is that they just should have went home the episode before, honestly. But they was on a crunch time, I guess.
Yeah, they got it into 13 episodes, not even 14. Why not even an even number? Like, damn.
Yeah, just 13. So they did what they could do. But yeah, I agree. I kind of wish it was just the final 3, or they did this in the first 5 minutes, like you said. So the first challenge is they have to build a raft literally from trees and swim or paddle across a lake. And the last person across the lake will be going home. So there's a twist, but we'll get there. But
because he waits to tell them too.
They each get a partner who can help them during the competition, and they have to spin the wheel of the past houses to see who's going to help them build this raft.
And I was so happy when they came out. It really made me realize how much I really love this era of contestants. Like, I was happy to see them again. I was happy to see them get paired off. I wanted Raj to be with Bowie so bad. But clearly the producers love Julia and rigged for her to be Bowie's partner. Because there was no other way that didn't happen. Literally, they knew what the fuck they was doing. That's why she was almost in top 3. Clearly, production loved them some Julia.
Ciao. So Priya ends up getting Damien, which to me was like interesting, because they had that little moment around when he went home. But other than that, Damien wasn't like a prevalent part of this season. So it made me think, okay, maybe next season Damien's going to be really important. And he was there was something special to him. I could definitely see him being a good player. It was just that whole homegirl trying to kill him thing. What's her name? Scary Girl, literally trying to murder him.
I hated how they eventually edited how Damien's character went, because like as soon as he kind of like got into the game, he got sent home.
Yeah,
and it's like it's because he asked to be sent home. So I think if he's a player that is actually into the game, he could do well.
Yeah, he could do really well. He was so good at that challenge. Like every time he was focused on the challenge, he was eating it up for his team. So he could definitely do really good. Millie gets Ripper, and look, I didn't like Ripper, hated him so bad, but by the end of this, it's like I kind of like Ripper. Like I don't know, I don't have no problems with Ripper.
I mean, I don't hate Ripper, but like Ripper is crazy.
I kind of like Ripper. Like I feel like by the end of this, I'm like, I fuck with the people who wanted to play the game. And Ripper wanted to play the game. Even here, he's coming up with strategies and things for Millie. And it's like, I fuck with that. Like, I really do. Like, you here to play. Like, you're going to come up with something. You're going to have a thought in your brain and not just be a dud. No shade.
Who did me?
Who did Emma's boyfriend. Emma's boyfriend. Whose name? I forgot. Chase.
Girl, the fact that they just edited Chase and Emma kissed up and hugged up on each other all day, like it was Bridget and Jeff. Like, she's embarrassing. Why is she so embarrassing? I hate this for her. Because, girl, are you not embarrassed?
They need to, like I said, if Chase isn't gone first, it's gonna be a problem. Because who are you gonna send home first instead of him? I don't understand. I don't see that. I don't see that for him. He needs to go. Him and Emma. Send them home both.
Spoilers, but I watched the first few of those.
So you know who went home first?
I don't know who goes home first, but I know a lot of those early boots for season 2. It's like, what the fuck are y'all doing? So
I know Chase was one of them.
You gonna see.
I know Chase.
I don't recall Chase being one of them, girl.
What?
But you gonna see. I honestly don't remember, but I do know it was some big names.
See, and if they start fucking with me like that, it's gonna be a motherfucking problem. So how about that? How about y'all? How about that, producers? Me and the producers gonna have a little talk. So Millie gets Ripper, and then Bowie gets Julia because they was rigging. So those are the people who have to help them build this raft. Damien didn't need to be there because Priya is literally bodying it on herself.
On her own. She is so locked in. Like, she's not playing. I love this. I kind of wish we had this Priya a lot more throughout the season, because she would have been on Bowie and Julia levels of I'm in it. Like, she can get like this. I love this energy.
Yeah, it was real tea. She was eating it up. Millie was doing the opposite. She was crying, sad.
She was literally only focused on trying to become friends with Priya again, which I understand, because you screwed her over bad. I would definitely be feeling like I have to make it up to this girl. Like, oh my God.
Yeah, that's how she felt. And she wasn't even really trying. And Ripper was like, are you literally not trying? And she was like, with Priya, my friendship with Priya, and she's never gonna like me again. And Ripper was like, well, girl, how about you sabotage her raft? And then when y'all are on the boat paddling, and her
on the island.
On the island, just tell her, oh, you can use my raft, and then you can save her, and then it can be like, oh my God, yay, she saved you, and then move forward. Like, let's get this done. And Millie was like, oh my God, this is actually a good idea, which not really, because you couldn't set her up. But hey, I feel like at least
you have to set her up you're forcing a scenario where you save her life to basically gaslight and manipulate her into being your friend again. Yeah. No, and then the idea comes from Ripper, so of course.
But she goes with it. She was very vulnerable. She was looking for anything. I'll give her a pass. So that's the plan that she wants to do. And then we see Julia and Bowie trying to work together. And Julia was like, look, sign this agreement and we can split the money 50-50. And if you agree to this, then I'll help you. So he signs it. And then when they start actually trying to saw the tree down, Julia's not even helping it. Bowie was like, girl, you're not even going to help. So he rips up the contract and he's like, look, I'll do it myself.
No, because 50-50 was crazy. The fact that she got him to even sign that contract was insane. I wouldn't have signed shit.
I would have just did it with myself from the beginning. So he starts to try to saw with this big ass saw, and it's just him because she's not helping. And then it breaks. And when it breaks, he only has a small, tiny piece of it. And Julia grabs her half, the big old piece, and walks away and goes back to the viewing lounge.
I guess I'll just sit down.
And has a seat. And it's like, Julia, you ain't shit. But then again, Bowie played in her face. So that's that karma. That's that karma for him. But yeah, so Bowie struggling with this one piece of saw to chop his down. And then Priya's eating it up. And Millie and Homeboy have came up with this plan. So Millie starts cutting some of Priya's ropes before she's able to leave. So she can go and enact this plan to sabotage her and then save her. And then they're friends again. Blah, 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 blah. So we head to the lake. And when they pull up to the lake, it's a lake of lava. A lava lake.
Actually. Chris is so unserious. Like,
oh my God.
Why is it an actual lake of lava? Where did you get lava from?
Where did you get lava from? And how did it get in this specific place of a lake? Anyway, so they pull up to the lake of lava. Priya gets there first, and she's hopping on. She's ready to win. So she hops into the lake. She moves forward. And when Millie pulls up, she's like, Ripper, why did you make me cut her ropes? And he was like, girl, I didn't know it was going to be a lava lake, and neither did she. So now she knows Priya's about to sink.
He said the only lake I've heard of had water in them.
That's literally what? So now Millie knows Priya finna die because she set her up and cut her ropes. So she has to go hurry up, catch up to Priya so she can save her from literally dying.
Literally dying in a pool of lava.
In a pool of lava. So that's her goal, and that's what she's doing. And then Bowie comes with a tree trunk, and that's it. And he starts paddling on this one big log of a tree trunk because he is struggling real bad. It's real bad for Bowie.
I mean, but he chopped down that big ass tree and picked it up, though. He ate that up.
He was very determined, and I'll give him that. I will give him that. So they end up in the lava lake, and Priya's raft breaks as it should because Millie set her up. And as it's breaking, Millie's like, jump onto my raft, jump onto my raft. And Priya's like, no, I'm not doing that. Literally, the logs are sinking deeper. She's about to die, and she's
hopping. She's hopping on individual logs instead of getting on Millie's raft. There was not one moment that she got on Millie's raft, like at all.
Ever.
Like she refused.
Ever. And she didn't care about her life, nothing. And Millie admits, she's like, look, I'm sorry, I sabotaged the raft, but we were supposed to be besties again, and you were supposed to jump on my raft, and you were supposed to be da-da-da-da. And she admits to her what she did, and Priya was like, so you set me up. I was finna die because of you.
It's literally like chasing Emma. Like, you cut my brakes.
You literally cut my brakes. And now you think we're gonna still be boyfriend and girlfriend?
Well, chasing Emma still boyfriend and girlfriend.
Golly.
And Millie and Priya friends again. So you see? Because friends forgive each other.
After cutting their brakes?
If I cut your brakes, you won't forgive me?
Fuck no. You tried to murder me. What the fuck?
It was for a prank.
You tried to murder me.
It's a prank.
You literally tried to murder me. You wanted me to die at a final. Please. So Priya does not jump on Millie's thing. And in fact, she was like, look, one of us not making it to the end anyway, so let's get it. And she starts paddling towards Millie to try to knock her down or whatever she was planning to do. And Millie's paddling backwards. So they're going backwards. Bowie catches up to them. He's going forward. And Priya's like, okay, let me just jump on Bowie's log. So she jumps on Bowie's log. And Bowie and Priya.
Superhero landing on
Superhero landing on Bowie's. Very elegant. Very demure.
It's giving Black Widow. Very, very demure, very mindful.
Very mindful, very classy.
Always trying to catch.
Girl, it's shit. It's shit to be caught. I don't know what they are. Little like things be flying in from outside. I might as well be holding on my island. So boom. Bowie and Priya start fighting, and as they're fighting, Millie's able to pass them up, and they're trying to fight for literally Bowie's log so that they can both win. They're both very determined.
Like she's trying to knock him off his own log at this point.
Literally. But Bowie starts winning. She's finna fall off, or he's finna win. And I hope he's not going to push her off.
Knock her off into the lava. Like
I hope not. But he won the fight. And Priya was like, well, if you do that, Millie's going to win. And he's like, I mean, I don't got no problem going up against Millie. It's nothing. And she was like, oh, so you don't want to go against me because you know you can't beat me and I'm one of the best and you can't take me to the end. And he's like, you know what? let's take out Millie first, and then I will beat you.
And it's like, see, you can't let that ego get in the way because
you
she played in your face. Because you know you can beat Millie. You already said it. You ain't beating Priya. Miss, I trained for this every year of my life.
Literally. Millie would have lost that final challenge. 100%. Like, he lost the game here. He should have just knocked her out in the lava.
At challenges. Like, Priya does not suck at challenges. So why would you want to go to the end with someone who's good at challenges?
Crazy decision. Right here is when Bowie lost the game. And it was one conversation with Priya that convinced him. Like, all he had to do was knock her off in that lava and kill her. Literally kill her. And move forward, and you will win the game. It's fine. Well, not kill because Alejandro got knocked in lava and he was alive.
Yeah, all he got was paralyzed.
Yeah, just paralyze her. Like something. Like, you got to get rid of her now.
Cartoon. They ain't gonna die for real.
Yeah, she's not gonna die for real. She's fine. She's okay. But no, he went with it, and they paddled together to pass Millie. And then when they got kind of neck and neck with her, they launched.
Pole vaulted, bitch.
Pole vaulted to the finish line.
So, like,
period. Eat it up.
Millie was Loki eating them up. Millie was gonna stay in the lead and pass both of them, and they pole vaulted to the finish. Like, okay,
ate it up real bad.
Y'all got it. Damn.
No, literally, I would have been like, okay. And Millie wasn't even super motivated. Like, she wasn't even mad about that. They landed, and she was mad that she still wasn't friends with Priya, and she's
real. Well, like I said, I think she did an entire 180 on her personality. So I think that in this moment, she is being very genuine. And I think she deserves some grace. Because she had to learn the error in her ways.
That is.
And then she exposed the error in her ways on national TV.
I'll give her that. One thing. So when she loses, she's like, before I go, Priya, did you at least read the last page when I said I felt so horrible about everything I did?
Priya said, I ain't read shit.
She said, I didn't read none of that and walked away.
She said, attitude and walked off.
and Bowie stays and winks at her and she's like, oh, you took out the last page, didn't you?
He's like, of course I did.
Why would I let her see that? Nothing for him to see. Period. So Millie tries to call him out. He ends up walking away. Priya comes back and she's like, look, fine. What did the last page say? And Millie's like, I just said that everything I said didn't make any sense and it didn't even matter because you're my friend and I care about you more than anything out in this world and we're the besties and super girls.
It was really cute because she mentioned that she was insecure and that she was only saying those things because she didn't basically like herself and you were the only person that ever made me feel like, what she said, feel special? Something.
It was all a lie to me, so I don't know.
Not all a lie. You're sick.
The only she was saying that she's the only person who made her feel like she's like able to do something like worthy for herself because Priya did all of that training and shit. But I just feel like not that it was all a lie, but she didn't just talk about Priya. She talked about her family. It was just for me.
It was a lie. You would have given her
not this quick because after that Priya was like, okay, we can be friends.
We're besties forever.
And it's like, hold on. She would have at least been in timeout. I don't know, something. But they made up. Priya and Millie hug. They're besties, and then Priya and Bowie are headed to the final challenge, which is very simple. And like Lee said, this was a very quick one. Literally 5 minutes. They have to race up this mountain, and then when they're up the mountain, they have to get in these balls. What are they called? Orbs. And they have to take these orbs and race down the mountain to the finish line. Very simple, very easy, very demure. All they did was Chef added that they have to carry goats up the mountain with them, and then when they got up the mountain, they had to milk the goats and drink the goat milk. So that was the only.
Wait, they had to milk a yak,
and then drink
the yak milk.
The yak milk. So yeah, very easy, very demure. I gotta stop.
Shut up.
But honestly, it wasn't much to it. Like they were both struggling to bring the goats up because Priya done lost her goats. She had to go find them, and Bowie had to literally push them up the mountain because they weren't moving. Mm-hmm. But eventually, they both end up at the top of the mountain. They both end up milking the yak and drinking it, and they're headed down. And as they're headed down, after chugging a bucket of milk,
yak milk,
they both, of course, throw it up. So they throw it up. It makes the entire orb white with milk. They're all white with milk. We can't see them. They can't see us. We don't see anything. It was damn near luck, no shade, of who got there to the end, because it's not like they can control it. They can't see shit. So they roll down, and then we just see a white ball across the finish line and a white ball in front of the finish line.
Bowie's ball landed first right before the finish line, and then Priya's landed second right after the finish line. She won it all.
And she won it all. So Priya wins. Snaps for her. And what I loved about this season, it was like an actual win. Like every other season, the money gets lost, the money falls in the thing, Ezekiel comes, grabs it. It's not even a ceremonial
something crazy like that extended to the next season. But this one, it was like, no, she get her win, she get her money, and y'all all get to come back.
Y'all get to come back. And it was a whole marshmallow ceremony. She got the last marshmallow. It was just so cute. I loved it. Beth got a real win too, because Beth got the confetti and, well, or Duncan, whichever you saw. They got the confetti. They got the whole thing. The whole cast was there. So that was cute too. But I think it ended with them not getting the money. It's so weird. But to me, it seems like
that one it did end with them getting it.
Okay, good. And I think Priya got her money too. So that's good too. Love that for her. So yes, it was very cute. I loved it. Overall, the season was pretty good.
Girl, if I win $1 million, I'm not coming back for the next season. Y'all can keep it.
But I feel like Priya, this is her life journey.
Honestly, her parents gonna make her. This wasn't even for the money. This is for the title.
Period. She didn't give a fuck about that money. Okay, so Lee,
Pharaoh.
We've seen the full season. We've gotten our opinions about the full cast. And now what we'll do is rank them. Ooh. Real fun, real special. So if you're not visually watching this, okay, I mean, you can listen to us and listen to what we're ranking them, but we are going to be ranking the cast with our 6 categories. Maybe we should change one of these to keep it demure. This is a children's show. Let's just do what's the total drama word? Let's do just not that one. So our bottom category is chop. If you are a chop you're in the bottom tier, we don't care for you. It's a no. Above that is child. It's like meh. That's what that means. The middle category is camp.
Oh, yes, do that. So we change camp to mid, and then we'll put.
Boom, you ate that up. Yeah. The middle category is mid. That's mid. No thoughts, in a bad way or in a good way. Just no thoughts.
Just no thoughts. Only prayers.
Yeah, camp is your camp. You've achieved a status that we feel like we can give you this special category, but you're not a mother. And then mother is your mother.
The pantheon, the superior.
Superior. 81st
Deli. 81st Deli.
Thank you. So let's get into it. Let's just hop right into it. The first person who went home was Caleb.
Chop.
Damn.
I was bored. We didn't get anything.
We got nothing. No thoughts, no prayers. And honestly, what we thought he could have been, I didn't even like. Like, I didn't like I'm over it. I'm over I'm sexy. Everybody likes me. Da 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 da. It was a no for me regardless. He could have played the game. He probably still would have been a chop. And it's no shade. And his color matches the chop. So,
period.
Next is Axel. I'm not gagging
over Axel. She was forcing people to eat birds and plants and animals. And then she got sent home because she was annoying. Chop. Yeah.
And I kind of found her annoying too. Chop for me too. Period. Next is Nichelle.
Camp. Nah. I feel like we can't do camp because we didn't get enough. But I'm fighting for mid for Nichelle. I don't care. Nichelle. I see something in Nichelle, and I love Nichelle, and she doesn't deserve to be lower than mid.
I love Nichelle. I feel like her performance screams, child.
I don't care what you think.
But I like her. I like her enough for the mid. We can keep her in the mid, and I'm
fighting for it, Mama.
Okay, well we standing on it, fighting for this mid. Oh please. Next we have
out there is crazy.
Honestly, insane. I need her to not go home third next season. I've heard bad things, so let me just shut up. Next is Scary Girl. Child.
No, I don't know. I mean, I when I first see her, I think Child. Because she ain't got a real name. It's just Scary Girl.
Yeah, Child.
Seeing her next to Nichelle make me feel like Nichelle should be in Child, but I don't care. I'm not changing it.
For me, Scary Girl is Child for me. It's just we didn't get much other than her being Scary Girl. Like, I get it, you are evil, ha ha ha, he. It's just a gimmick, and it's nothing else to her. So it just can't be above Child for me. Hopefully, she'll do better next season. Actually, hopefully not.
No shade. I like to see her do better.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Next we have Damien, which for me is mid.
Yeah, he's a high mid. I like Damien. I want to see him do better next season.
Yeah, I think he was actually an interesting character. I think he could have been a good player. The route they took was weird, but I don't blame him for that route. The girl was trying to kill him. So, I'll give him a second chance.
The girl was trying to kill him. The host is trying to kill. Everything is trying to kill him. Like,
yeah, he was in a bad situation. So I'm gonna give him a pass. Next is MK. How did you feel about MK?
I didn't like MK. Didn't care for MK. Didn't care for her little omniscient character.
I loved MK.
Had control over the diary rooms and things. I thought she was funny. I'm fine with her staying in mid, but like, I wasn't that gagging over her at all.
Yeah, I really liked. What I liked about her was the I feel like interest in the game. Like, whenever she was being this omniscient weird figure, which was weird, it was because she was trying to get further in the game. I don't know if that just came from her being a rebel or if it came from her actually wanting to play, and that's my issue. So it is giving mid. It's giving mid for me. I would technically put her above Nichelle.
I'm not.
But I don't care enough. And you're not. so there's that. Next we have, I might as well just do them at the same time, and it's no shade. Let me not. They're individual people.
Raj and Bowie. Do Raj and Bowie.
It was Raj and Wayne.
Oh.
Raj.
I'm so obsessed with Raj and Bowie.
Raj and Wayne. Raj and Wayne. I love Raj. Me personally.
Camp? Is it giving camp?
They're camp for me. I'm
down with that.
Raj and Wayne. Love their personalities. They do the dumb jock bro well because they're dumb, but they're good at the challenges. And then they also have feelings and emotions. Like, I don't know, Raj cares about Bowie. Wayne cares about Raj and cares about Bowie. Like, I love that.
Especially with Raj and Bowie's relationship, the way Wayne was so supportive and he wanted to know so bad. Like, it was such a cute storyline, and like, there's so many lessons that can be learned from it. And I really love what they did with both of their character arcs.
Yes, me too. So, boom. Camp. Thank you. Then we have Ripper.
Well, that's your fave now. That's your bestie.
Boo.
I mean, I feel like, what are we basing it off of? Because I don't like him, so he's a chop for me.
I don't like him, so he's a chop for me.
Okay. I mean, you was a stan.
That was purely strategic. It's a chop for me. I actually really don't like him. I got him at the bottom of chop, child.
Period.
Yeah, and I'm keeping him there. Next is Z. It's really mad.
I like Z, but I do think it's Child. No shade.
I think it's Child.
He could be at the top of Child because I like him so much, but he didn't really bring nothing to the show for real. He was there for so long too.
Yes, for me, it's the opposite of what I said about Rain and Waj. It's like, you're kind of a dumb, not even a jock. You're just kind of dumb, not really there. But also, he had no real relationships with anyone. He affected the game in no way. We didn't get to see his emotions. He wasn't necessarily a beast at the challenges. Like, nothing. He was just there. It's like, child, no shade, but I like him.
Well, look, child.
Next we have Chop. I mean Chase.
Yeah, Chop. Chase is so annoying. The Chase and Emma storyline is so annoying. The fact that they ended it with them still being in love. I told you, watch they go into season 2 in love. Like they're probably going to extend this storyline again. It's such a dumb, annoying storyline. Like I don't like it. And like Chase is not a likable character at all. They literally, I think, write him to be unlikable. Because even in this episode, he's like, "Oh yeah, Bowie should win because it has to be a guy." Like what? And then Emma gonna say what? Confused. It's like, girl, this is the man that you chose.
Speaking of Emma, she's next.
I feel like Emma
can't go above child because I hate. Yeah, I love her so much. She could have been mother in the right.
She could have
in the right world. Chase, her connection, not even her connection to Chase, her thought process about Chase, her decision about Chase brings her all the way down, like so many levels for me. Like I can't go higher than child. I think top of child because that's what defines her, child.
Because why did you sit up here and get back with this man and fall in love with him? And it's like, and then she went home. The way she went home was so lackluster too. It was like, oh, she's going home because she's better at challenges. Right after Chase goes home, it's like,
and it was because of Chase. She did all of that in that challenge because of Chase. Like you wasted my time, your time,
and Bowie's time,
It's sit right there at the bottom, mamas. Next, a mother.
Oh, straight to mother. Straight to mother. We know Julia is the mother, one of the mothers this season. She's just so iconic. The mean girl of the season, you know, Heather's ender, Heather's protege. You have to mention Heather because she's the mother. But, you know, Julia is that girl for sure.
Yes, mother easily. No thoughts, no notes. She ate it up.
This should be the name of the category, Heather, not mother.
Please. Next is Millie got Millie because Millie got heads.
I guess Millie can go in camp or maybe top of mid. I didn't love Millie's character, but I also didn't hate her, and I loved her when she became Priya's actual friend.
I liked the character development that Millie had.
Yes.
I feel like she's one of the main ones, maybe one of the only ones who is like, she changed throughout the season. And that's what kind of brings her up for me. Because other than that, I didn't like her. No shade. But I really like the development. Love the growth. You really made it somewhere, girl. Yay, you. You go, Glen Coco.
You go, Glen Coco.
You go. Next, we got the top two.
Bowie is going to the top of mother. Let's not even pretend.
The color matches.
The color match is purple. Like, Bowie really ran down on this season. He's responsible for so many of these eliminations. And like we said already, like he just represents so much for this show, for this type of archetype. Like I just love it so much. He was great representation. Like I love watching him. I love that he got to the finals. I hate that he didn't win, but girl, maybe next time. Okay.
Maybe next year, baby. Clock it. Next and last but not least, we have Miss Priya.
Now, Priya, I don't know. I'm thinking either top of camp or mother because she.
Me too. I'm thinking either top of camp or mother. I feel like, okay, let's talk it out. What would prevent her from being a mother, we feel?
Nothing. I like Priya a lot, actually. I thought she was an interesting character the entire time. And I like that she won. I don't mind her being a winner. It's just, she's definitely not one of my go-tos when I think of this season. Like, I'm immediately going to Bowie or Julia first. But she could be like the last mother for sure.
Yeah, a part of me is like, I guess what's keeping me from it is the fact that Julia and Bowie's there. It's like, you shouldn't be in the same, no shade, but you shouldn't be in the same category as Julia and Bowie. And when I think of the mothers of total drama as well, it's like, you're not touching Courtney, Heather, and Gwen, and Julia, and Bowie. And it's no shade. But you might touch like Lindsay. And that's
Zoe, Skies.
Yeah, like Zoe. You can be up there with even Mike. Like you're more that to me. No shade. Like you're on All Stars for sure.
Definitely for sure.
For sure. But that's all. But then again, a part of me is like she won.
Yeah.
No, because all winners are not going to mother. I just thought of the winners.
That's T, because Beth would not be mother.
At all. So you will stay in camp, and this is the list.
I think it's a cute list.
It's so even. It was way more even than I would have ever
Me
thought.
too.
Like what? Like we really had opinions, differing opinions. Honestly, next season, because I don't hate MK for me. So for me, next season, mid and up, if they actually play the game and aren't being weird or weirdly edited or anything like that, I would be proud of any of them doing good again. I don't want the same final three, final four though. So I hope
Do you
not.
think anybody from Child or Chop can do a 180? Do you think they can really pique your interest going into another season?
Pique my interest because I don't know a lot about Caleb. Technically, it's a clean slate. I don't know his real personality. So Caleb is a clean slate. Ripper, Chase, and Axel will never change for me. They will always be losers. Scary Girl would need to kind of get hit in the head and then be her real Lauren. I think her real name's Lauren. She would have to turn into Lauren.
Be Lauren for a season, mama.
And then we'll see how that goes. Z's never making it. And if Emma can get rid of Chase, she could be a mother, like we said, or
She could be a mother this season if she wasn't all up on Chase. Like
if she wasn't all up on Chase, so that's her problem. I will say Emma up. I would love to see anything they do as long as it's not weird. And Emma, that's to you, as long as it's not weird. So yeah,
fine print.
It'll be interesting. It'll be an interesting season. If you you know the winner of next season, don't you?
Yeah.
If you had to root for someone next season, other than kind of, I guess, the people who made the final three this time, who would you root for? Who would you want to see?
Definitely Raj. Damien. I feel like Nichelle, I wanted to see do well. And I think it would be interesting to see someone like Scary Girl do a 180 and like actually get in the game.
I agree. Or even like a Z, like if they could make it make sense. And honestly, it doesn't even have to make sense. This is a cartoon, baby. And they could have one of these players kind of flip and do good. Kind of like Justin, which is a part of me is why I can see it for Caleb. Because Justin was.
From what I remember, I think they try to give that on Caleb. Like, he's a pretty boy, now he's smart.
I don't think they should do the same thing. They've already done that. And that's what's gonna start losing me. Because they Priya was different than those other girls, but comparable. And then if Caleb does do a full 180, it's like super Justin tease. Like Justin went home super early, came back, and then he was able to kind of strategically run the next season in a way. And it's like, don't do the same thing now. Switch it up. Give us a rip. Honestly, give us a Ripper. Give us a Z something. But we'll see.
Not Ripper and Z.
I mean, they would have to actually change their personality, no shade.
Where you go?
Hi. But yes, either way, I'm set for next season. Great cast, great writing.
I'm hoping it's coming out next year or like early next year type shit. Like it needs to be in January.
Yes, I agree. And hopefully, the producers talked about how like y'all please watch so it gets renewed. Make sure y'all tune in so it gets renewed for a third season. So it's definitely not guaranteed to get a third season. Right. I was hoping they would do like another All Stars, or they don't even have to call it All Stars, just a combination of this era and the first two eras. You can skip Pack of Two for me, no shade. Right. But honestly, if it was long enough, and if it was a big enough cast, I wouldn't mind throwing in 3.
And that's my only thing. It's like I feel like it's not gonna be long enough. Like it would be like 24 episodes, like OG era total drama if you're gonna bring back Packatown too. Because I would want these characters to really be stretched out, not thrown together in 13 episodes.
I do agree.
That's what made All Stars so lacking, because it was not long enough. If All Stars was just a little bit longer, that in itself could have been a great season, but it was so lackluster.
I agree. So we'll see how that goes, especially after season 2. We'll see kind of what characters would even qualify after season 2. Because one season in, it's like, okay, sure, you did good this season, but next season you can flop, and then it's like, oh, maybe not you for All Stars. So after season 2, we'll talk about who would be good options for All Stars and stuff. But definitely tune in because we'll be covering season 2 of Total Drama Island, the reboot. And oh my God, we just finished another show. Yay! Thank you guys for being here, and thank you for keeping it real with the Kingdom, baby. We're out.